He'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Scrambling away. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35. Line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
The Wolverines are rolling down the field. Here's the handoff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
He barely got the ball and just got destroyed immediately. What a great play. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tip people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
The Tide crowd roaring noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. You don't want to have to settle for the field goal down here. When you have a red zone weapon like this dude, use him.
And when you get in this area and you've got that big target, that big fella that you can find, and you know he's going to win, those critical 3rd down situations, you're going to find him more and more. Great connection right there.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run play action. Moves around to clear up the vision. Picked off, and the opening drive is stuffed with an interception.
What a start for the defense, and I tell you what, this might start to affect how I call the game and what I think the offense can do, because if this rain keeps coming down and affecting the throwing, this allows me to be way more aggressive on defense. Nice start for this team.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Turning it on! Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
Behind the chains now on second and long. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Gilbert. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Sweet cut there. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll use the running game on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Then you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Motion from the back. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! They put the first points on the board. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So an 82-yard drive there. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative and play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Trying to impose their will with the run. Crosses the 40. At the 45, on his way. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels. He's finally out of bounds. He's now up to 58 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. Use the play fake, now to throw. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Touchdown, Wolverines! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling.
Looking to take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. At midfield, he's got room. Finally brought down. But what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. They'll give it to the back. There he goes. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to get the corner on the jet sweep. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Let me tell you something. When that guy goes in motion, alert, alert. He's a burner. I have to be 100% locked in and understand they can give him the football and he can burn. Great job by the defense being locked in on their keys and knowing that could be a possibility.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Michigan. If he doesn't get you with his arm, he'll get you with his legs, or he might get you with both of them.
It stinks, man. Having to defend a guy like this that just, you think you're going to get him in the pocket. You got to play the first play where he might be throwing the ball from the pocket, and then he scrambles, and now you're defending the run and the throw down the field. It's just, it's kind of like rush hour back in the day. Which one of y'all kicked me?
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tide offense rolls onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
To the ground with the back.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Takes the handoff. It's Barnhart. Got enough for the first down and wants more. It's a fumble. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover.
You start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Trying to get the corner. Finding an escape route. Oh, he's got some space.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his back in the middle. Finds a crease at the 20. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. With the run on first and goal. And he got nothing, in the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Back to pass on second down. Buys a little time with his feet. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can get on the scramble play here, down close in the red zone.
He goes out of bounds, and he is really close to the goal line there, knocking on the door.
And he does everything he can. Tries to scramble, tries to make something happen. Nice job by the defense getting him to the ground. Down by more than a field goal. Interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Alabama.
And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try to score from the 1 on 4th down. They want to throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And this offense, all of a sudden, they have some mojo, and that's a big confidence booster on 4th and goal, down close to the goal line, trusting your quarterback to make the right decision. And, David, they're 1 point away now from tying this thing up late in the game.
Oh, and I say, how good do they feel? Do they want to go for taking the lead here and go for 2? This offense has been aggressive. They got some momentum. Where do they go from here?
And he's not going to take the touchback. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. The give to the back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. He's now up to 83 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener. And some room to work. Breaks into the open. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Throwing on the run. Through his hands and incomplete. incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time it's second down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Dances away. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Get the quarterback off the spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all three of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the fourth down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to fire. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Rolling right and going deep. And he's got it inside the 20. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll haul it and take it to the end zone. Touchdown time!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Oh, they're after him! And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He lost one down the sideline. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Taking it the other way. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Wolverines will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes that Alabama offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got his man downfield. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it at the 29. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The throw to the outside is complete. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Alabama pushing the tempo. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
It doesn't matter who it is, receivers, in this case, a tight end. You get open, you sometimes start to look at that green space in front of you, and you just take your eye off the football, lose your concentration a little bit, and miss that opportunity for possibly a big play.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Flips it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. With the catch, it's Johnson. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Gibson. Runs through the tackle. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
These touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Next going for the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. San Diego State is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping. They're trailing by 17 to East Carolina. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target. But just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Going to the running game. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Finds a man on the right. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Complete to the left. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Just keep swinging it. Quick strike complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
After that last one, they're staring at a second and long. First down marker just short of the goal line. Makes the catch. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Wolverines! Quick strike through the air for the score. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake will get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Floats it out in space.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in a sudden change situation.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than
Touchdown, Michigan! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. Extra point here will tie the game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Dances away to buy time. Looking down the left side. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. The pressure was rising. Drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise, you can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clocked.
Dumps it to the back. Snagged in the middle. It's Johnson. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They're going back to the ground. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progression. possessions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Third down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out, get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. Fourth down now up there.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Here's a heat. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He uncorks one deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense, and I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burner's at. You know he can go, so you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play.
Catch inside the 30 and still running. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down. The Wolverines started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Looking for room, it's Andrews. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Looking for space to the left. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's third and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable fourth down if I don't complete this third and long.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Turning it on. Got some room in to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines. And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And, man, this game has been awesome. Some back and forth. Now you take the lead late. Nice job by the offense. And now you just need your defense to come through for you. One more time. One stop. Less than a minute remaining. Go out there. Finish this thing off.
The extra point is good. And now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Gibson. Rushes on him. He's got his man.
how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to take off. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. Then they'll line up from the 31 on first down. The play-action fake. There's the pressure. Timeout on the field, and 4 ticks left to go. And the Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Taylor wants to throw it. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Paul. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Off play action on first down. Looking to buy time. There he goes. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
And that's a good, solid run there, Reese. And if you want to win in overtime, running the football is a good idea.
Showing that you're the more physical team in overtime can really be a breaking of their will. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate. And you tell them, they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Quarterback on the keeper. Touchdown, Michigan! And they're on top here in overtime.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Using his feet. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. Give to the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line, they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. With a condensed field in overtime, if you can establish the run, it is a huge advantage.
Big-time advantage. You establish your physicality, come out the gates, put you in a positive way. Now, I can play action, opens the whole playbook.
Looking downfield on first down. Forced out of the pocket. The throw. He makes a grab. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Not a lot the defense can do on that one, guys. With this tight end size, he's really difficult to defend on these crossing patterns as he gets downfield.
Power football with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Huge third down to keep the drive alive. They need a touchdown on this possession. Wants to throw on third down. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
It's a really good decision by the QB there. Third and short in the red zone. You know he was tempted, though, to try to force that football into a tight window. You want to move the sticks. You want to score a touchdown. But because you throw it away, you still have that opportunity if head coach decides to go for it here on fourth.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Vato! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with the point after.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by one, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
Now, first down here in the second overtime. On the direct snap, it's Gibson. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Now to keep this overtime drive going on third and short.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Lost to throw again. Moving away from pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down. And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Passing on the field goal, and they'll try to move the chains on 4th and short. Making side adjustments here. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Got out of trouble and throws. Touchdown time! Got it in to take the lead here in the second OT. They got the touchdown. Now in the second overtime, you have to go for 2. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw. They can't convert. And the lead remains at 6. And now they'll have to go on defense. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Taylor wants to throw. Starts to scramble to the left. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off play action. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
On the run, deep down the right side. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one.
If they're going to come back in this game, they're just going to need better decision-making. And they're obviously down right now, but they've got to know when to take shots and know when to check the football down and wait for the right opportunity. That hasn't happened for this young QB.
My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, David.
Yeah, right. If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome, back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.